Okay, let's just dive right in. We're tackling a problem that has really been a major roadblock in high-speed sensing for a while.
It's a fundamental mismatch.
Yeah, the latency gap. You have this quantum hardware. It's running on, what, nanosecond scales?
Unbelievably fast, but then the analysis, all the heavy computation has to run on these huge HPC clusters.
And that just slows everything down. You're suddenly back in the millisecond or even second range, which, makes real-time control impossible.
Exactly. And what's so fascinating here is the mission from Jefferson Lucas and his team at Bare Metal Applied Science. Their goal wasn't just to measure something static. They wanted to achieve real-time tracking of a chaotic system, a system that is actively, trying to run away from you.
So our mission today is to unpack how they did it, this Lucas framework. It's a hybrid quantum classical architecture that treats the supercomputer itself as a fast, real-time component.
And at the heart of it all, the sensor doing the real work.
A single trapped ion qubit. Just one ion in a linear pole trap.
To really test this architecture, they picked a brutal target, the Lorenz strange attractor.
Oh, the classic chaos model. It's known for its extreme sensitivity to initial conditions.
Right, a positive Lyapunov exponent. The trajectory just diverges exponentially. So Lucas's team, they did something really clever. They encoded the chaotic variables, like the 6T state,
directly into the ion's magnetic field.
Precisely. So the ion's resonance frequency is constantly changing. It's time-dependent. The qubit is literally feeling the chaos.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But an ion in a trap is famously fragile. You have the Mathieu equation governing confinement, those stability parameters. What are they, practically speaking?
Those parameters basically define the safe zone. It's the region where the ion doesn't just, fly out of the trap and end your experiment.
So how do you keep it in that zone when the system is chaotic?
Well, the brilliant part is the custom safety-first gateware they built. It lives right on their RTIQ control hardware, and it's constantly dynamically checking those parameters. If the system starts to drift, it instantly adjusts to prevent trap loss.
Okay, so the ion is stable. Now, control. How do you run high-fidelity operations when your target is constantly shifting?
It's all about Rabi oscillations, but the key innovation is what they call the Lucas pulse shaping protocol. They use a Blackman windowed envelope.
Not a simple square pulse, which seems like it'd be easier. Why that specific shape?
Because a sharp rectangular pulse has all these noisy frequency components. In a chaotic system, that noise gets amplified. The smooth Blackman window minimizes that off-resonant excitation. It lets them run faster, higher fidelity operations without polluting the measurement.
That makes sense. Okay, so the sensor's optimized. Now for the main event, bridging that latency gap. They built this tripartite architecture: control, computation, and visualization.
And they started with the real-time layer, the RTIQ hardware. They developed what they call a streaming kernel design. Normally, you'd run out of memory for a long quantum sequence.
Right.
But the streaming kernel uses DMA buffering to just constantly fetch new pulse parameters from the host. It means you can run, effectively infinite sequence lengths without the pipeline stalling.
But the HPC side is the other half of that mismatch. Us LURM schedulers are built for slow batch jobs. How did they force a supercomputer cluster to act fast?
This is the real magic, I think. They wrote a custom SLURM plugin, Sched Quantum Burst.
A quantum burst scheduler.
Yeah. It essentially creates these high-priority express lanes for the heavy lifting, which in this case are the Monte Carlo wave function simulations. After a quantum measurement, the simulation doesn't wait in a queue. It just jumps in, runs in a burst, and gets the result back.
So Lucas didn't just build a sensor. He built a whole communication protocol that makes the supercomputer feel less like a far-off calculator and more like
a second coprocessor, a massive quantum coprocessor. And the payoff is this Lucas Bayesian estimator. It's a parallel particle filter that runs 100,000 simultaneous parameter hypotheses.
100,000.
That's how you beat the noise in a chaotic system.
And the result is, it's astounding. They cut latency by 2 orders of magnitude. The Lorenz-Ryer parameter converged in just 45 milliseconds. Why is that specific number, that 45 milliseconds, so important?
Because that's a 4 times improvement over standard methods like an extended Kalman filter, and it's finally fast enough to matter. It lets them track the environment in true real time before the system can run away. It's the breakthrough you need for digital twin experiments, for national security sensing, anywhere you have to monitor a complex non-equilibrium system.
Okay, so here's the final provocative thought for you to chew on. The future work Bare Metal Applied Science is proposing. They want to expand this system to support, and this is a direct quote, virtually infinite inference models. They think they can do it by dynamically paging those particle states between different storage tiers. It suggests that physical memory, the thing that has always capped how complex a simulation we can run, might soon be totally irrelevant.